oopsie. But there are lots of new features in Meet. It's like so exciting. All right, so welcome everyone. We're here for our monthly meeting. We are going to go over a few things, our usual monthly meeting things, and then we've got a couple tech tool ideas for you. My name is Christia Osborne Preston. I am a humanities technology teacher, K-5 at Roundy Elementary, which is centrally located. I am a Google Innovator, as well as a National Board Certified teacher. I have two sons I was just talking with Scott about. One is a senior at Clark, one is a freshman at Clark. So we've got the whole gamut of, all right, we're looking for colleges, and my freshman is getting used to going to school again. So it's an interesting time. So let's get going. Now, I got this new little view tab button, view meet button, so I'm trying to get used to it. Okay. So here are our leaders in GEG. Certainly, we know we all learn from everyone in this group. So if you want to join our leader group, please just let us know, and we would be happy to add your picture to this slide and have you with us. So our norms really are just designed for us to have a great opportunity to share with each other and learn from each other. Those are pretty standard, but we do want you to jump in there. If you have any ideas, please, as always, add them to the chat. You're welcome to unmute your microphone and let us know, because we learn from everyone. Our Google group, if you haven't joined it already, please take the time to join our Google group. Does anybody in this call, do we need the link, or is everybody in the Google group? We good? Thumbs up? Okay. All right, so I won't drop the link in the chat, but later in this presentation, I will be sharing these slides with you. So, and we can put that on the YouTube video if you're watching this later, so that you can grab that link if you need. We do have a celebration form, so that if you have some accomplishments around Google certifications, we definitely want to know. And that form will be available for you in the slide deck as well. Our mission is to really come together as educators to lift each other up and make sure that we are all doing the best that we can for the students and the parents and the other teachers and the administrators and the community that we serve. And with that common thread of technology, and for the most part, particularly Google. We don't always do Google, but it's always there somewhere. So here's what we're doing today. We're gonna give you an attendance form in a moment, so we make sure we log our attendance for the GEG group. We're going to do a get to know you activity, which is going to lead us into our tools and tech for today. We'll have some great Google updates, and then we'll have some time to share with each other. Okay, attendance form. Let me grab that link for you, and I shall drop it in the chat as I try to navigate all the new buttons. Okay. And there we go. Okay, that did not turn into a link, so hold on. Let me try this. HTTP. Oh, that still didn't. What did I forget? I forgot one of the things. Hold on. Third time's gonna be a charm. I just know it. There we go. It still didn't turn into a link. Why is it doing that? It's taking out one of my. That's really weird.
I can post the long link if you want.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try this one more. Okay, thank you. But I am gonna try this one more time. No, you're good. I want to just see if I can do it. TET. I think I was. Okay. Hold on. Let me mute my microphone. Okay, y'all, I got a phone call. There's a message going on right now, so hopefully you can't hear it. So if you can do that attendance form, either the long link or the bit.ly, that would be great. We can log that attendance. It's a super short form. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so the joys of doing a thing at home. The message is over. We're good. So hopefully you had time to fill out that attendance form. And let's keep going. So our get to know you activity, as I said, is going to lead into the activity that I'm going to show you using Google Slides. So for get to know you today, we are going to do an on a scale of. So I'm sure you've seen these before, kind of all over the internet. And I loved using them last year with my students when we were in distance education. I like using them now. There's so many different ways to use them. But it's really that SEL check-in, so I can get a temperature of kind of like how everyone is feeling today. So what I would do is I would display this in some way, and I would say, okay, take a look on a scale of Baby Yoda, how are you feeling today? Or as we know now, his name is Grogu, so this is from a while back. So you just look there and you just find the number that kind of represents how you're feeling right now, and just drop that in the chat when you're ready. Yes, for sure. Craziness. All right, we got a 7. Now, one thing that I can do, one reason why I like these pictures a lot, it's kind of the same thing with emojis, is kids can really put whatever feeling onto it. There is no right. They always ask me, well, which one is happy? I'm like, it doesn't matter. Which one to you says happy? So it really allows them to have a little bit of that critical thinking and and also just to explain, well, why does that look happy to you? So with older students, I might also say, okay, give me the number and then give me also the emotion. And then we might even find out that to one person, one of them might look scared, but he might not look apprehensive to another person, or nervous. Like when we start developing the vocabulary. And if you had specific vocabulary, you might be able to apply that to the scale that you used. So we got a lot of 4s. I hear you. Got a 2. Awesome. So now we kind of know what's going on with us, but or maybe you're feeling like this. Like I could really use a cup of something right now. No judgment, whatever that may be. But for me, I actually don't drink coffee. So I know I'm a teacher that doesn't drink coffee. I'm very weird, but my go-to drink would be definitely hot chocolate. So there are lots, and as I said, there are lots and lots of different examples of these. I mean, the rubber ducky one has been around for a long, long time, and then just the cat ones are kind of hilarious, as well as Forky. There's some with lots of different popular characters. So really, I mean, every week I had a different one for the students, and they were like, "What do we have this week?" If I didn't use one, they would ask me, "Where is it? Where is our on the scale of?" So what this lets me, so I was using these that I found on the internet or maybe that I would make, and I started thinking, especially during distance education, I was like, why don't I have the students make these? And the deal was that if you made one and you finished it, because y'all know how hard it was to get kids to complete things on during distance education, and even sometimes in person, if they made it, and then I would use it in their class. So then when they logged in, they want to see, oh, which one is Miss Osborne using? And they'd be like, I made another one. So I had so many of these, I had plenty to choose from. And they love being able to show it off in class. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways to have your students make these. One is with Google Slides, and then one is with an app, a web-based app called Pixton Comics. So if you've ever seen that, if not, we'll take a look at that as well. All right, so here's some examples of the ones that my students made with Pixton comics. So Pixton is just as it sounds. You're able to make comics. It is super robust, has tons and tons of content in there. So I'll show you that. Here's some ones that they made. And then the Google Slide one, or the Google Slide one is up in the right corner, and that's just me. Since I don't have permission to share their pictures, I just showed you the one that I made for my example. And I'm going to show you how to do that one too. Okay, so all of these resources are available for you in something called Wakelet. So if you've never heard of a Wakelet before, Wakelet is a way that you can curate anything from the web. If it has a web address, you can put it on there. A tweet, a Facebook post, obviously a document, a Google slide, an image, a video, really anything you can think of that has a web address, you can put it in there. It allows you to collect things, curate, and the biggest part is collaborate. So the nice thing about it is I put all of our resources for tonight in there. Once you go there, it is totally free. You don't even have to have an account to open that. But if you do make an account, then you can save it, and then you can find it anytime. You can always be able to find this with the bit.ly, but if you want to be able to save it, like set up that Wakelet account. Wakelet is like a whole nother training, but just to give you kind of in a nutshell, let me go ahead and try to drop this link. Let me see if I can do a better job of dropping this link in the chat. You can also scan it with the QR code. Actually, I'm just going to give you the Wakelet link. That is probably the best idea. All right, here we go. There, if you need that, there's our Wakelet. So let me just pop over to the Wakelet and show you what that would look like. So it's got this kind of graphic at the top. What is that weirdness? I gotta see what that is. Oh, I know what that is. I tried to embed the Google Slides and I see it didn't work, so I will fix that. But here are the Google Slides that I'm using right now in our presentation. Here's our on a scale of, that's the student version that you will be able to use. It'll force you to make a copy. The link to Pixton. Another friend of mine named Stephanie Howe, she runs Gold EDU. I think that's right. And she did a YouTube video about how to do on a scale of as well. So I put her video in there for you so you can see another version of it. And she has this great spreadsheet of all different ones. She has them set up in some of them into Google Forms, which is another great way to share it with kids. And so that's there for you. We're going to talk about the Chromebook App Hub later. And then I put some of the scales just to kind of get you started if you want to. So you can take a look at that at any time. Let me switch over here for a second. All right, so that is our Wakelet. Okay, now I got to go back to where did my slide deck go? Is this it? There it is. Okay, found it. Did it switch? No, share this tab. Got it. All right, let's keep going. Now at this point, you can kind of choose your own path. So I'm going to walk in option 1, I'm going to walk you step by step through I'm going to demonstrate step by step how you can do both of these options with kids. If you're like, you know what, I like to be a hands-on, like doing it person, you can go option 2, which means jump in that Wakelet, grab the link to Pixton, go and make your account, grab the link to the Google slide, go in and try it out, and you can kind of keep your ear open and listen. But if you just want to sit back and watch, go with option 1. If you want to really start getting your hands on and trying it out, go with option 2. Totally up to you. All right, first let's start out with how I do on a scale with Google Slides. And last night when I was cleaning up and finishing up this, that seemed like fun for Google Slides, sliding down a rainbow. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to switch over to this tab. Let me see. Okay, I want to try this tab. So what I did to make the student copy of this is I started out with this slide. I put on a scale of, I've got the line where there's a text box where they can type. And then these are kind of movable, right? I can move these into, I could change this and make this only 6, whatever I needed. But knowing how kids are, I knew that would become a giant mess. So what I did was I downloaded that as a PNG, just this slide, and I went into my next slide and I re-uploaded it as the background. So I can do that in
Christia,
background.
is it possible to give access?
Yeah, I can throw this in the Wakelet because what I did in the Wakelet was I just gave you this, which is the student version, right?
Oh.
So this is what I would share with students.
Okay.
And the one I'm showing you now is just sort of my process of how I made it for students.
No, I
So
mean, I mean, I can't open the student version.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I need to share it right. I did I had it make a copy. Oh, that's probably why.
Oh, okay.
Let me take this
I love
off.
this idea. Let's make a copy of it.
Okay, see if was it telling you get permission or whatever? See if it works now. If not, just jump back on and
We're good.
Okay, sweet. I mean, I can share this one with you guys, but I didn't know if you wanted like my face on your thing, but I can totally share it as well. Okay, so now that I've uploaded this as a background and you see the one before, I did not have numbers. On this one, I did put the numbers. Since I made this a background, now these do not move, right? None of these things that I had on that other side will move, which is good for kids. Right now, it gives them like a target of where to put their picture. But I did want these numbers to be able to move, and I wanted them to be able to change colors, make them bigger, put them wherever they wanted to. So that's why I did it. That was my thinking behind doing it that way. And then, as I said, this was my example that I showed them, and it's super easy to get these photos in there. So I'm going to show you that really quick. So I'm going to come back over here, and the way you do that is you go up to insert and you go to image and come on down to camera. And what that does, it should open up a camera for you. Let me allow. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so there I am. So I want to do one of my emotions. Maybe I want to do the tired one. And so I'm just like this. I just take a picture. Right? Did it do it? Did it? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right, so you see over here, there's my little picture, and I can just say insert my picture, and there I am. All I have to, if I'm a kid, like if it's me, I'm gonna resize that and get it right to fit right in that square. The kids like don't care sometimes; they just like slap it in there, right? And actually, it's a pretty good size. Fits pretty well, right? So there's my first one. Do the second one, same thing. I'm gonna go insert an image, camera, and this time I want to be like I'm thinking. Take my picture. There it is. Oh, that one's weird, but we'll go with it. Oops, I got the same one. Sorry, my bad. Insert an image camera. I did click on the one I want and then insert it. All right, and there it is. So they can just keep going until they get their 9. Of course, I did put a text box up here, so there is a place to type what it is about. And that's really how easy that one is, that version is. Any questions about that before I keep going, or any links not working? All good? All right, so that's one way to do it. So let's jump back over. Hold on. There we go. Share this app. All right, so that was our Google Slides version. Now we're gonna take a look at Pixton Comics. So it's funny, I'm just doing Pixton with my class this week as well, and some of them remember doing it last year and are just like super excited. I had some kids that took this and ran with it and literally would make comics that had hundreds of panels in it, right? They were just making comics. So let me show you the cool things about Pixton. I'm gonna jump over to my Pixton tab. So this is my teacher dashboard. in Pixton, you'll see I have my classes. And a few things about Pixton before I get started. Number one, it is free. Okay. Let me say it's freemium. So you can set this up for free. Kids can use it. The trick is you don't get all the content, right? So you could buy, like if you're a history teacher, you could buy some of the history content that's in there for your class. They can use it. It's a few bucks. But for $100, you can get access to every single thing in there for an unlimited number of kids for a year, $100. So last year I had, well, this year I have like 600 kids. Previous years I had closer to 900 kids. For me, that's a great price, right? $100 for all those kids to be able to basically do anything they want on there. I thought it was a good deal. But as I said, it is free. You can sign up and set up an account for free. Some other cool features about it. The first thing you do when you open up your account is you set up an avatar that looks like you. Once you set up that avatar, then you can use that avatar in the comics. So now you star in all your comics. But not only that, as you see, I have my different classes. If I'm in 4th grade, all the avatars from all of the kids who are in 4th grade are in my class and I have access to them. So now I can get my avatar, I can get my friend's avatar, and now we can have a comic about us. So that is one of the main features that the kids love. So let's take a look at, let's just jump in and look at it. So we're going to go in my comics. Hold on one second. Switch back over for a sec. Okay. After talking all day, like my voice is like, you're still talking? So sorry about that. Switch back over. So here are some comics I've created. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to create a new comic. Because as you see, I already have an avatar. I click on it. I could change my avatar, right? I have all these options open to me for making my avatar. You know, the usuals like skin, eyes, etc. A couple cool things. Number one, they do, oh, not in this one. I don't know why I don't see it. And because I made my avatar before. They do have a non-binary option. So if that's something that will be appropriate for your class, you can set that setting. Another one, they have the option where kids can put their avatar in a wheelchair. And the other one, because I have DHH students, deaf and hard of hearing, they actually have the option kids can put in their hearing aids. And it was funny, I had another student who is not hearing impaired, and she said, wow, I really like that. I really like that my friends can use hearing aids if they want to. So I thought that was nice. I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to point out there. And they can alter that avatar anytime, right? You see there's lesson ideas, help center, new content features. But let's go into comics and we're going to make a new comic. I have to title it, so I'm just going to say GEG for now. We're going to say continue. And here's what my interface looks like. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of it. There are so many buttons. There's so much content. I always tell the kids, just push all the buttons and you tell me what it does. But here's my first panel. Here's where I can put my panels in on the side. And these are my buttons, kind of like my toolbar across the top. So I'm going to start with the background. And I always do dinosaur because my son wants to be a paleontologist. So I can search for anything up here. Now, I will tell you that there is some content in here that's not appropriate for elementary students, but this year they've added a toggle button. So when you set up your class, you can turn off the things that are more mature content, which is nice. So there's my dinosaur background. Now I'm going to come over to characters. And as I said, there's tons and tons of characters. And you see there's like historical figures. There's people. You're going to see some superheroes. I just saw that they have Harry Potter type characters in there. That's one of their new packs. But the cool button is this one right here that says My Class. So when I click on My Class, now, and because I have all the students, I have a ton, but if, I'm in a class of 30, I'm going to see my 30 friends, and I'm just going to grab a friend. I'm going to grab Apollo and put him in my comic. And this is also, and now I can change Apollo's clothes if I want to. I'm going to go back, and this is also where I'd find me in My Class. So let me see if I can find me. Let me scroll down. There I am. I'll just take this. Clearly, I made more than one, and that's perfect. All right, and again, I could change my outfit. Now, the next thing I can change is the focus. What do I want this panel to look like? So maybe I want us running away from the dinosaurs, which is cool. Then I can click words, and here's where I would add words for each of us. I would like, let's go, right? I can change the type of word if I want to be shouting, which might be appropriate, which just change the shape of the speech bubble. And then I could give the other character words. I can go to faces. Now, this is also really cool because there are just tons and tons of emotions. So now, as an English teacher or any teacher, I could talk about, here's the emotion you're expressing in your story. What should the faces look like? Like having those emotions match the faces. So I should probably find a scared face. Afraid. Perfect. There we go. We'll take that one. Okay. Now I can come over and I can even change like the way the eyes are looking. I can get so detailed. Then I can go to actions. We should definitely probably be running. So I'm going to be running. Perfect. All right. So that's this part. Now, if I come down here, there's even some more cool things. I can change the time of day. I can add these crazy filters that they like. I can do weather. I have those kind of superhero backgrounds or comic backgrounds. And I've got those words that we normally see in comics. And this button, I can even upload my own pictures. And the kids figure that out, not me, right? So if I'm ready, I'm gonna add another panel and keep on going. So this is the program that my students used to make those other kind of on a scale of. Any questions about that? Oops, one way. Okay.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick,
I just said that looks awesome.
Awesome.
Can students use it for free, or they have to have the teacher?
Hold on one second. I'm trying to find my. There it is. Oh, yeah. So no, I don't think students can make accounts. You have to be 13 and up to make that account, I believe. Just kind of like all the other ones. I did not have any students try. Like, if you're playing Blue Kit with kids, they're gonna like make an account, even though you tell them you're not 13, you're not supposed to. So I have a ton of kids that have Blue Kit accounts, but with this one, none of them ever tried because they had an account. And then like this year, I debated on what to do with them, whether to leave them in their other class and like bump it up. But I decided to go ahead and make a brand new class for them. All their comics are still in one place, just like mine are as well. But this just gives them access to the kids that they have in their class. Like if new kids have come in, if other kids have gone, they're just going to have the kids that they have now. Now, if I jump back over there, let me see. I know I have an on a scale of somewhere. Oh, maybe I'm in my wrong. Oh, I think I'm in my wrong account. That's cool.
I just tried to make an account. There's a student button, and it gave me, I have to put my birth date in, and I put in 2012, and it said, please ask your parent to sign up.
Nice.
But if I make myself a 14-year-old, it'll probably maybe give me some level of access.
If you want, this Saturday educators. I made like an account for in these trainings that I do. So if you want to jump in there and see what it looks like as a kid, you can join that account. You can, just play around in there, or you can just go ahead and set up your own educator account if you want. Either way. But when my students made their on a scale of using Pixton, we talked about, well, what kind of background should you use? And then we found those like superhero comic type backgrounds, and those worked really well. Some kids uploaded their own picture for a background. Some of them added words, some of them added emotions. It was really like, do it how you want to do it. But it's so nice. They already have their avatar made. They just changed those expressions. It just made it go really like easy and fast, and they could be super creative. So that is that. Any questions about that? I think I already said that, but check again. Well, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I'm going to need to switch tabs to here. Yes. Okay. And now I got to share this tab. Got it. All right. So that is those two. So before I stop talking, I just wanted to show you. So that's kind of like, okay, so I have Google Slides, and what can I do with Google Slides? That's fun, but we're still learning how Google Slides work, like the camera and inserting a picture with the camera. So another place you can go to find those kind of ideas and activities is the Chromebook App Hub. Give me a thumbs up if you've heard of that before. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, sweet. For those of you that haven't, let's just take a quick peek at it and what on earth can this offer you. So this is where Google has curated tons and tons of ideas and activities and apps that you can use with your Chromebook. So this up here, you've got your toolbar, you got apps, ideas, and about. So in apps, if you scroll down here, you can start to filter down for what you're looking for. You can go to age range, like 5 to 7. Let's see what they have. And these are apps, applications, and programs that blend well with Chromebooks. Some of them Google even has a relationship with already. But this is where you can go and say, hey, I need a coding program, and look for one that works with Chromebook, because not everything works with Chromebook, right? So that's the app section. But if I come over to ideas, kind of like what I just showed you, now I can filter for like, okay, I want a coding activity. I want it, actually, I'll do computer science, and I need it for 8 to 10, right? And now these are actual lessons or activities that I can do with some of those apps that are in the other section, that are made by teachers and vetted by Google. So this is a place to go if you're like, I really need this activity, I want to leverage Chromebooks. Here's where you can go and find some ideas. Has anybody ever used the Chromebook App Hub? No? Yeah, I forget about it, right? And I was in a training, I was like, oh yeah, I forget about this, and I want to make sure, I thought it would fit well with what we were doing today. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe you might even have some teachers that you want to share that with. Okay, let me switch back to my slides and see where we are. Okay, so while the next thing's going on, I am going to put a survey in there for me, kind of how my presentation was. If you don't mind filling that out, because when you're certified with Google, they really encourage you to get feedback that just makes you better. So I'm going to pop that in the chat while we're watching the next video. And if you don't mind filling that out, I'd be totally grateful. That would be awesome. All right, time for Google updates. Scott, do you want to like introduce this, or do you want me to just push play?
No, you can totally push play. I didn't get Chris yet.
Yeah.
Can you put that link in again? I think it was your. Sorry, did you already put it in?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
you sound like the kids. You sound like the kids right now.
I clicked on it and I thought, oh, maybe it's not.
I tell them, I'm going to send you a link on Go Guardian. And before I can even click the Go Guardian, they're like, where is it? I don't have it.
I'm clicking. I want to help you out. I am going to drop the link for the if you're a non-leader, and you want to sign up, doing a 2 to 3 minute presentation on December 2nd. Sign up. Because you came to the meeting, you get the first opportunity to sign up. Again, this is not open to leaders unless no one else signs up. then leaders will get a chance to earn a gift card.
Nice.
But so
all right.
I think it's going to pack out. So I'm excited about, and I'm going to drop a flyer in our GEG Nevada forum tonight. So you'll see that. But if you sign up now, you beat the rest out. So yeah, this is on our YouTube channel. You know, one of our initiatives is try to getting stuff on our YouTube channel for GEG. So I just figured I'll do it this way. That's it. There's no introduction.
Yeah, and there's some good tips in here. So let me push play. Give me a thumbs up so I know you can hear. I'm gonna go full screen. Okay, sweet.
Hi, this is Scott with a few of the updates to our Google universe. All right. First off, Google is going to change the Compose button back to the longer version. Earlier, Google made the icon smaller, but apparently the smaller icon was not liked by all, so they are switching back. Next, there is going to be some improvements with Google Sites navigation menus. You can simply select New Menu and add or remove pages to allow more flexibility when creating the navigation within your site. Not quite rolled out, as you can see on this page. There are some very new and very nice updates that have been appeared in Google Sheets this month. They may be turned on for you. Some of the features have been reorganized and added for more intuitive locations. For example, you can now freeze a row or column right from the right-click menu. Icons have been added to help locate features more easily, and some descriptions of items in the menus are shorter, enabling faster recognition. There are several updates made across all the menu sheets. You can see here now each of the menu items has an icon, and they have been shortened. There are some updates coming to your contacts page. There will be more information about your contacts that will be added to your contacts listing. One item that I like that you will be able to see now is a list of any of the Drive files a user has shared with you right in your contact listing, among several other points of information. Google has added a universal insertion menu to easily add things like tables and images, in addition to SmartShips, directly in Google Docs. Simply type the @ symbol and you'll see a list of recommended files, people, and meetings, as well as other different content elements to insert inside your work or inside of a Google Doc. You can now add a page break before paragraphs in Google Docs. This is particularly useful if you want a certain paragraph style to always create a new page, such as titles, subtitles, and headings. So I guess the new buzzword in business is core work. I think it just means the work you're supposed to do anyway. Well, Google has added a new calendar entry type called focus time. Is that like hammer time? I guess not. Google's thinking is that with working environments having changed so much this past year and having more chats and meetings than before, it makes it more difficult for people to carve out time for their core work. So in essence, that just tells me that it's a calendar event that might have been labeled, "Leave me alone to do my work" time. I like to think of my focus time really as nap time. Thanks, Google. I needed a nap time calendar event button. There are a few changes that are happening to the participant field in Gmail. Google is adding better visual indicators such as the avatar chip, which is helpful for identifying who has been added to the email. Also, highlighting external participants that have been added to an email. And my favorite, the "Hey, you already added that guy" checkmark reminder for those old Googlers that are losing their memory. What was I saying? Oh, finally, about a year too late, sorry about the editorial comments, meeting hosts in Google Meet can now use audio and video lock to turn off the microphones and or cameras of other participants in the meeting and prevent them from turning them back on until you unlock them in the main and in the breakout rooms. All right, just about ready to wrap it up here. Lastly, but not least, I just learned about AppSheet, the no-code platform. Sounds like I'm selling it. The no-code platform from Google that allows you to create your own apps, such as the merging and real-time updating of spreadsheet information into other applications without learning how to code. I'm sure this is not new, and it looks awesome, and I can't wait to try and break it. Well, that's just some of the good stuff that's coming your way from Google. Thanks.
Awesome.
Any questions? It's fun. I'm having fun putting those together. So
We can tell, and they're very entertaining. So thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah. So AppSheet, it's been around for a little while. There's another no code app platform called Glide, which I've used before, and they're just great for people like me who don't know how to code but who want to make kind of an app. So those are two good ones.
I'm looking it up right now.
All right. Okay, so those are our updates. Let's see what else we have on the agenda. Why can I not? Where's my? Hold on. All of a sudden, hold on. View, meet, and chat. I got it. Now I need to go here. I lost my arrow. What'd I do? Oh, I don't want to do that again. Hold on, y'all. Technical difficulties. Maybe, no. Okay, let me refresh and try again. That was weird. All my controls were gone.
Let's
try it again.
Embedded that into the video to take over your.
Yes, thank you. Of course. If I would expect nothing less. Just kidding. I don't know. It was just weird. So now time for open forum. Anybody have anything they want to share? Throw out there. Any questions? No.
I tell you, I just found the coolest app. I don't want to go over it. I'll save it for another time unless you guys want to explore. But I wanted to see if you guys had heard about it. It's called. I'll put the link. Tango. So let me see if I can put the really neat Tango a Chrome extension, and I'll put the link in there. And what it does, it's free as far as I know. And what it does is it records your movements, like screen records, but it puts together pictures and text like you're making a step-by-step doc of your steps, and it does it automatically. It makes a doc automatically. Kind of cool. I tried it out today, and after it makes it, so it does screenshots, it does highlights of where your arrow stops, and then it puts all of that in your doc, and then it adds text, but you can edit the text afterwards. It's a very streamlined, interesting way to do a step-by-step doc, but it does it for you. That's all. That's my only. I just discovered that this week.
Very cool. Very cool. Always love new cool things that save me time.
Yeah, workflow. Sorry, it creates a workflow for you, and all you have to do is press a button to start it, and it records your workflow. So
wow, that's cool.
Super cool.
Anyone
I
else?
just want to report back that I used tables in a HyperDoc, and it went very well after that last session. I had been using HyperDocs, but I hadn't